We're starting this video off staring at that chair right there. $10 if you remember at a yard sale, and we're waiting for somebody to pick it up for $2 hundos. Facebook Marketplace deal. At the storage unit, we got some sales. Not a lot of sales, but we are grateful for the ones we have. It is a Sunday. Usually this is our biggest pooling of things, right? Also remember, we need boxes for these. So what's going to happen is, I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to forget, we're going to go home, and then we're going to have to come back here because we forgot boxes.
No, we'll remember.
I don't know. Somebody should remind us. At the end of this video, somebody scream out, "Remember boxes!" Because we would not like to come back here. This is funny. This is a golf club that I probably would have never picked up. I picked it up in a lot because it looked neat. It was very, very clean. And the name of it is KNUTH Golf, called High Heat. Super good condition, like ridiculous, right? It's some, I mean, it must be a good golf club. It's some like maybe boutique golf club. That's what I call them. They're just like specialty golf clubs or drivers. Sold for $108. And I've never heard of this brand, never seen the brand.
And it
does have a really nice head cover on it. And, but that's the name brand right there. I don't know if you could see it. So be on the lookout for those. It only seems like they sell drivers. When I looked it up, I priced it super high at like $130, and somebody bought it. We just put our store on sale, and I'll tell you why here in a second. And it sold for $108. So that ain't too shabby-labby. And still, we got a lot of golf clubs. This one is just a regular TaylorMade 7-iron. This one sold for, no, 6-iron. TaylorMade 6-iron. Sold for $15 plus shipping. We did have a Mac wrench, just a very small ignition Mac wrench, sell for $9. Then we had another golf club sell, the Ovations, for $15. Give me a standing ovation for knocking over all of the golf clubs. So that one sold for $15 plus shipping. Then we had an X Factor, which this is another golf company right here that is kind of like a specialty golf club. They have a whole bunch of different types of drivers and pitching wedges and stuff. And all their stuff usually sells between, this one sold for $17.99. Some of their drivers can sell for a little bit more, but mostly you want to pick those up for like $1 or so. And then this actually came out of the big storage unit with all the golf clubs in it that we just dropped it. We had all the speakers and everything. When I was looking through the golf clubs, this one was actually hiding. There was only 2 golf clubs in there worth anything. I know a lot of people were like, why don't you take them to Play Again Sports? There's a lot of golf clubs out there that aren't worth nothing. Like straight up, not worth nothing. If you take them into Play Again Sports, they're not gonna give you any money for them because they really have zero resale value. They really, really do. Like, honestly, they would give you nothing for bringing them in. I usually can tell a good golf club, or I'll look it up. This one I did pick that out. Obviously, got the Nike sign on it, which is good. But these are the Vapor Speed pitching wedge. Very good golf club. This thing sold almost instantaneously for $75 plus shipping. Our Ray Dunn lot. People were not impressed with the Ray Dunn lot. It was a 50-50, right? So everybody knows back in the day, I don't know, back in the day, what, like 10 years ago? 12 years ago, Ray Dunn was a big thing. Her stuff was going for tons and tons of money, and they've really fallen off. I mean, there are a lot of them hit like what, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and all those places. You pick up for like $6. We happen to be at a Goodwill the other day, and this lady is one of the employees is just putting out Ray Dunn mugs, and they're 59 cents there. Were they 50 or 59 cents?
I think 59.
59 cents per Ray Dunn mug, and all of them were like the one that sold was Bless Your Heart. We sold it for $15. We got 18 or 19 Ray Dunn mugs, so just go ahead and split that in half. So we paid like $9 to $10 for all of them. We sold one for $15 plus shipping. We're already in the profit. A lot of them will be on our Whatnot shows. We don't think they're going to go for a ton of money, but to spend $10 and then probably easily 4 times to 5 times that on some Ray Dunn mugs. They were in good shape. Some of them still had the original stickers on them. We're probably going to go ahead and do that every time. We know that they're not big time sellers. We know that there are a couple things out there that are big time sellers when it comes to collectibles for her. I know it's very far and few between, but it was 50-50 if people would pick those up for 59 cents. I think it'd be crazy not to pick them up for 59 cents, but that's just me. It's my personal opinion. And we already sold one and made all our money back plus some. So this sold right here, Hot Pursuit. From a GameCube, $8 plus shipping. And then we did have a Beatles CD also, $10.47 plus shipping. Another $15 golf club. Listen, these $15 will add up eventually, you know what I'm saying? This one was a Callaway 5, sold for $15 plus shipping. This is, people don't like when things are already wrapped up. Just in your mind, think of cassettes.
Cassette tapes.
Cassette tapes. And then think of 39 of them. That's
All in there.
what it looks like in there. So that's sold for $25. And then we did have this old Brownie, if you want to take a good look at that, this Brownie Twin 20 outfit camera. I think we got this for free. It was in pretty good condition. I ended up selling it for $15 plus shipping on that. And then we sold this. And the story behind the Mario Kart 64, right? We actually were looking for a DVD player for the church. We were doing VBS. VBS was a good hit on last Saturday. And so we were looking for a DVD player. And I happened to be in one of the cupboards that we had. And I was like, we don't have a Nintendo 64. This must have been a game that we had bought. It's the original from Japan, 1997. And we must have had it to either, we bought it with a system and sold the system or whatever. I don't remember how it got in there. But we were like, we do this for a living. We resell stuff. And somehow this like switched up on us. So I was like, well, we're not ever going to use it or play it or soon even have a system. $42. Like, boop, like that. So I guarantee there's stuff around your house that you are not using, not ever going to use, don't need anymore. This is when I always tell people to go ahead and do that first. A lot of questions are, well, how do I get started? Get started with things around your house. Like, I guarantee you, the average American, you can go around your house and probably get at least $1,000 worth of things that you're not using. I don't care if it's kitchen knives. I don't care if it's your cool kitchen plates that you have that you don't use. I don't care if it's something up in your attic that's been there for a really long time. You would be amazed what sells on eBay. Just learn how to research stuff, high to low, low to high, take a look, sold comps. If there's more sold than listed, that's pretty good. Again, listed than sold, more listed than sold, not so good. But I guarantee if you walk around your house, especially like old electronics, you think that VCR isn't worth anything, look it up. It might be. Combo units, finding this in a cupboard, old mag light that you've had for that still could sell for 10 to 15 bucks online. There's a ton of stuff around your house if you want to make some extra cash and a little short on some monies. Just go around your house. I'm telling you, look at it and then put that stuff online and then you start making some money on eBay. Easy as that. So also our sales are not that good, right? I mean, we're thankful for the sales we have. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound ungrateful or nothing. But our sales are about 15% lower and it doesn't look like they're climbing anytime soon. Like they are on a steady decline. So we're gonna do the same thing. We don't really get too upset about this. We always know there's a slump and an up and a slump and stuff. That's how it really works on eBay. We've never been super stable. Like we kind of have by the month we're super stable, but definitely not by the week. And also we haven't really found a whole bunch of really awesome stuff at yard sales lately. All the stuff that we have found on the Bearded Thrift Machine channel has already sold. Like that's how fast this stuff sells. So we are on the hunt all the time for inventory, but our sales are definitely lower than usual. What we're gonna do is not my biggest thing and your biggest thing really is when your sales are good, and especially if you do this for a living, your sales are good and you did make some money, you got to put that money away to the side for a rainy day because sales will always never be great. Like you'll always have times where sales are bad. So you better have not spent all your money when sales were good and have some for rainy days because guess what? It's going to rain. Right?
Yeah.
So you better have some cash saved up. So that's what we do. When sales are really good and YouTube's really good, we save a lot of cash, just in case. Because in this business, you will have downtimes. You will have things that don't sell. You'll have slumps. For some reason, you won't, because we do this for a living. We sell on eBay for a living. We also do YouTube for a living. So views on YouTube might be not that good. Sales might not be that good. But to keep stress off of you is to save the money when it is good. Don't say, oh, I had this much money and then I sold it, I spent it all. And then when sales are bad, you're like, what am I going to do? A lot easier that Kayla and I have figured out that is just save some money to the side, a little emergency fund, something like that. So when sales are not so great, you're not stressing to pay your bills. So after I get off that, we ain't got no lights and I wasn't done talking.
The camera said more light required.
Really? We're working on a camera. Don't judge us. We didn't pay the bill. So after I got off that soapbox for some reason, I don't know how I got on that subject, we got some questions. People have asked us questions. The reason why we do questions and answers on this channel is because we do read all of your comments. We just don't respond back a lot, right?
Yeah.
We respond back to a couple and we feel bad that we don't respond back, but I actually like the question and answer. So if you ever have any questions for us, tell us down below, link something, not linked, but ask your question. Go, send, we read it, and then most likely we'll answer your question on a question and answer session. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, also, the person did show up and we sold the banana leaf chair for $200. You picked it up for $10, right? So that ain't too shabby of a marketplace deal. So we got some questions. What are they? I haven't even heard any of these questions, by the way. This is kind of Interesting.
Okay. Do you two ever take time off? Question mark. You earned it. We were headed to Hilton Head in late July for a week.
Honestly, no. Like, I don't think I've taken a day off since I started this business 5 years ago, right? There hasn't been one day I haven't done anything. Because the reason is for that is I always have my cell phone, right? So the only way for me to take a real day off would be if I like got on a cruise ship and didn't buy the Wi-Fi stuff. Like, we've gone places, right? But we still always answered, like, you know, especially YouTube stuff. I'm not going to take a day off of YouTube. It's just one of those things I always like to pump out as much content as possible. So we just really don't. I mean, we always, if I have the internet, I'm usually working. Now, we might take a half a day off and go fishing, but right when we get back, we're back to work type of deal. This is a beast of a business. It's one of the ones that I used to be a cop, used to go to work for 12 to 15 hours. You would come home, you would get your days off, you wouldn't think about work. This is completely different animal, working for yourself. We constantly think about work, how to improve eBay, how to improve YouTube, how to improve our own website. It's like an ongoing, growing thing. And that's why some people, I think, don't, kind of fail at this type of stuff, is because it is a beast of itself. It is a ton of work. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever take a day off. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying is that we really don't, do we? I am pretty sure since you started, you haven't taken like a full day off, because we always have the internet, which means we always have things coming in. We have emails coming in. We have, and we like it. That's the thing, is that we do like this type of work. We like to constantly work. Like when we go to these big yard sales, it's work because we're always filming and we're always on the hunt for treasures for the Bearded Thrift Machine channel. And then we're usually filming on the back end of those with this, this type of video for our other channel, which is this channel, the Flip Squad. So we're always filming, but really when you're out there and going to these bigger yard sales, that's the fun stuff for us, is because it is work. And again, we're filming, we're out there hustling. We got to find stuff, we got to buy stuff, we got to constantly film. But it's also really, really fun. Like, this is a super fun job. It's the funnest job I think I've ever had, honestly. I mean, it ain't too shabby is what I'm saying.
Nothing about selling, but I would love to know y'all's love story. Y'all are so cute. Where did you meet? How long have you been together? Just love all your videos.
Well, we appreciate it. Actually, I stalked her online for a while. What? That's the truth. I'm pretty good stalker online. So you were on like a dating app or something, and I shot you a message, and you didn't respond. And I shot you another message, and you didn't respond. I shot you. Then we start talking finally, because you're like, this guy's insane. And then you're like, please go away. And I was like, no, I think you're cute. And then, long story short, we end up having dinner with one another at the Flying Fish in North Myrtle Beach. Pretty cool little place.
Look at that.
If you're up there, yeah. Because I remember we walked out of our first date, and this lady, we were talking, and this lady said, oh, you guys are about ready to kiss. I'm sorry, I'm in your way or something. And you went, ew, no.
No, I didn't.
That's how
said,
it went
no,
down.
ma'am, it's okay. We can take your picture.
Yeah,
I did not say that.
It was something like that. So anyway, and then Kayla is actually the one that got me into reselling. I was never a reseller. I didn't like it. She used to go to the Goodwill. I would sit on the sofa, and I'd be like, this is ridiculous. Our Goodwills have sofas in them. And, but then I sold something online. I was like, this is cool. I didn't like law enforcement. And then I have an incredible, like, I don't know, I can work a lot and very hard. So I was like, wait a second. I sold this for $40. If I just like 100 times this, I can make a living. And then that's kind of how YouTube started. You were more the reseller. And then it was my idea to do the YouTube. I was like, wait a second, there's people on YouTube doing this. I've been in front of a camera for, all my life due to being in law enforcement. So I was like, I can be on camera. That's not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and try YouTube. For the first, year on YouTube? Year and a half. Didn't pick up a lot of traction. Didn't have a lot of subscribers. And around the 1.5 year point on putting out videos almost every day. We finally caught a couple good videos. And then the rest is history. So we've only been together, I think, for 6 years. So going on 6 years now, but we are together every day. So if you think about it,
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Me neither. I'm hanging out with my best friend every day.
That's right.
So you can't beat it. But if you think about it on like a normal marriage, if you can say normal marriage, if like you guys have like a regular job and then you spend that much time away from each other, we've really been married 42,000
50 million years.
And I love it every day.
I love it. Why don't you run that big stuff at John Henry's auction?
That's an excellent idea. We actually were thinking that, and we will probably we might actually do a video on getting into running. If you don't know what John T. Henry auction is, if you're not from around here, that's just our local auction place. So I think that would actually be a super good deal to actually maybe contact them, say, hey, this is what we got. And then, because you can, I'm guessing you just drop it off at their place, right?
Oh, I don't know.
We might actually definitely look into that, because we have some massive things, and it would be so much easier than selling it locally on Facebook Marketplace. Because I will say about John T. Henry, I think it's what it is, they do get good prices. Like, things do sell very, very well. So, you know, rather than waiting around to get $200 for a chair, we might be just pop it up on their auction and pay their auction fees and stuff, but still walk away with $100. We only pay $10 for it. So, so yeah, that is a very like smart idea. I like that idea. We're actually gonna do that.
Can you put that cart with wheels in your booth now that you have a bigger space? I'm surprised it hasn't sold yet, and I wonder if you had it in your booth where people could see it, if it might go faster. I
agree with you 100%. The big booth is going to be, I think, really awesome for us, because we do have some really neat things we just couldn't fit in the smaller booth. So I think, and we're going to take you all along on the booth, how we do it, how we build the shelves, what your vision is, because I don't have a vision of it, because I don't have visions, you know, of this type of stuff. You do, so you know exactly what to do. And a lot of this stuff will cycle into the booth. We'll let it in there for a little bit. If it don't sell, we'll bring it back out. Maybe we'll shoot some to the local auction place and then go from there. But I think you're right on that too, is that a lot of this stuff will sell better in the booth at a decent price than putting it on Facebook Marketplace.
Someone said, time to start a thrift store, question mark?
Okay. We were actually thinking about it, because this is when we got into looking at, you know, what we really want out of life, what we want to do, how much we want to grow. You really have to have like a 5-year to 10-year plan on, like, in your brain, like what can happen, right? So with me and you, no kids, very little debt. I mean, actually no debt other than the house, and like being free. No to a storefront for right now. Maybe later on, maybe 10 years down the line we'd start it, but definitely not anytime soon. One, very expensive around here, and two, we would have to have employees. Now, there's nothing against employees, but we just don't want that hassle right now. We rather actually hope. We were supposed to travel a lot this year. We just didn't. So we're hoping at the end of this year we'll travel more, and then also a lot next year. I'm still wearing on Kayla to do the RV thing. Every day I'm like, you wanna go RVing? So I think I'm breaking her down. Hopefully the next video you see, I'm in an RV going thrifting. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a Harbor Freight close by? I found those plastic type shelves there for a great price, and they are the same size. They're holding a lot of clothing in boxes and seem strong. We do have Harbor Freight close by. Yeah, we'll have to stop by and look at their shelving.
And look at their shelving.
Yeah. So the last one. I'm not a Star Trek fan, but you might tick some fans off. You keep pronouncing it Star Trek.
I didn't know it was Star Trek. Hey, Star Trek? Is it
Star Trek?
You're saying
Trek?
Star
Trek.
Star Shrek.
Star Trek.
See, I don't know.
T-R-E-K, Trek.
Shrek.
Star
Trek. It's over, folks. Guess what? It's going to be Star Trek. We're out of here. What we're going to do is go ahead and pack this stuff up, ship it out. We heard you guys. Thank you for the guys that were yelling there. You were in my brain. Got them.